Hi guys, Cynthia here and welcome to my YouTube channel, Cynthia's Gadget Closet, where we do unboxings, reviews, and first impressions on different gadgets so you guys can make a decision if this is the right product for you. Today I will be unboxing this green Fossil Sport Smartwatch and go over some specifications, pros and cons to see if this is the best fit for you. Now let's keep in mind that whatever is a great fit for me might not be a great fit for you and vice versa. So let's get right into this unboxing. So looking at the packaging of this smartwatch, actually it's pretty basic, like pretty much any other Wear OS smartwatch. So let's unbox it and actually have a feel for the watch itself. Using my handy dandy little Supreme knife. Gonna open this. And let's see what exactly are we getting with this smartwatch. So looking right into it, the first thing that you can see is actually the smartwatch. Oh, there goes the charger. So here's the smartwatch, the charger, and some documentation, some paperwork that lets you know on the startup of the smartwatch, how to connect it, how to use it if you're a first-time watch owner especially. Now, a fun fact about this charger actually, that this is the basic Fossil charger. So it's actually interchangeable with different Fossil smartwatches. For example, I have a Puma smartwatch, I had a Diesel smartwatch, an Armani smartwatch, which they all come with the same type of charger. All these brands, Michael Kors included, partnered up with Fossil. So it's all Fossil smartwatches under their own branding, but partnered with Armani, Michael Kors, and all these different brands. So let's get right into it. Now, first looking at this watch, it does have a more sporty look at it. Now the actual casing of the smartwatch, it is an aluminum casing, but the bottom of it, as you guys can see, is a plasticky white feeling, just like the smart band itself. It is half white and half green. This is the 43 millimeter smartwatch. It actually also comes in a 41 millimeter that is more geared towards women, as they say. However, the actual screen display in both the 43 millimeter and the 41 millimeter is actually a 1.2 inch display. So with the 43 millimeter, like this watch, you get more of a black bezel around the screen, but the screen itself is actually the same size. So let's try to turn it on and let's see if it has any juice. A lot of the times actually the watches don't come charged up, so let's see here. And of course it does not have any juice, so let me put it on the charger really fast and we'll come right back to this unboxing. And we are back, guys, with the watch all charged up, which it did take about an hour. Now the one good thing about this charger, it is a fast charger, which most Fossil watches, they do have the smart charge feature. So let's turn it up. The way to turn it up, now it does have 3 buttons. The way to turn it on is to hold down the middle button. The screen looks pretty nice so far. Now this is an OLED display, and the watch itself, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 3100 chipset in it, which is actually the Wear OS Fossil's fastest chipset, even though this watch was released about a year ago. Now back a year ago, this watch did cost $275, which I do feel like it's a pretty costly watch, especially for what you are getting. The watch does not feel cheap under any means, but it does look more like a sport watch rather than the whole premium sport watches. However, you guys are in luck, and the reason why I did decide to do this review is because right now you can get all these features, this nice smartwatch, for only $99. That's right, at Best Buy and on the actual Fossil's website, this watch is going actually for only $99, which I do think is a great price for all the features you are getting and for the best processor out there that you can get on a watch, Wear OS watch. So now let's try to pair up the watch. So as soon as you turn it on, it comes up with all the languages that you can choose. As you guys can see, it does have a lot of languages. Let's go to English. The watch does have a digital crown, as you can see, which is pretty premium for the price that you are getting. I do believe that is a nice feature. The same thing like it is on the Apple Watch for a much, much cheaper price. So it has you agree to the terms and conditions. Now let's keep in mind that you can use this watch with Wear OS or Google, so Android. So let's see. I am using actually an iPhone, so I did download the Wear OS app and I'm gonna try to set it up from the start. Now I already had this app downloaded, but I did have it connected to my Puma smartwatch, which I'm gonna put next to it just to compare for sizing and visual. So every time you pair an iPhone with a new Wear OS smartwatch, actually you have to do the whole process, delete the app, because otherwise I found out that the watch will not be connecting, and you have to do the same thing with the watch itself. Actually, you have to reset all the settings to the original factory settings, which pretty much means that you will use everything that you have saved on the watch. So let's agree to the settings and try to set up the watch now. Now it's trying to find the watch. So let's see, the Bluetooth is enabled on both of them. So let's see how painless this pairing process is. Sometimes we get lucky, sometimes it's easier than others. So and right away found Fossil Sport 3416. Gonna click on it. iPhone would like to connect, pair. Now I do know that one of the downsides of using this watch with an iPhone is the fact that you cannot reply to text messages or anything of that sort. Now while we are waiting for it to connect, see the watch already says connected, getting watch details, continue, set up on the phone. So the watch does also connect to the Wi-Fi. I do want to let you guys know about that. So even if your phone is not around, it can get internet signals from Wi-Fi, so you could get notifications and everything else. Let's see. So I'm gonna connect it. See, that's the way you connect it to the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna connect it to MiFi real quick. So let me just put in the password. It's connecting. So I already told you guys that the casing is a 43mm casing, but the watch bands that you get with the watch are 22mm watch bands, which are interchangeable. As a matter of fact, they do have the quick release pin mechanism, which is a very easy way to switch out the watch bands. I have purchased some third-party watch bands just because I did not see any colors that I thought would match well with these watch bands on the Fossil's website. So these are some of the watch bands that I did purchase with them. I cannot attest to their quality just yet because I have not tested it out, but as you guys can probably figure by all these watches, green is my favorite color. So I do like the 22mm width of the watch band. I feel like that's a pretty decent size. Now I do like bigger and thicker watch bands. So on my Puma watch, the 18mm does seem a little narrow for me personally. but it all depends on your style. If you like bigger watches, smaller watches. Now I will say this watch is very light. However, it is a little bit heavier than my Puma watch, but the Puma watch is made more of plastic than this Fossil watch and is a little bit of a smaller watch. So let's see, continue the setup. Now you're gonna have to log into your Gmail account. So let me just do that. So it's copying everything that I have saved on my account. For example, using on the Puma watch or the Armani watch onto this watch. Now, some of the qualities of this watch, it does have an activity tracker. You can control your music. It does have Google Pay, does have GPS, heart rate tracking. You can get all kinds of notifications and you can choose which notifications you want to get. For example, if you don't want to get every single notification like Twitter, every time it buzzes or every time somebody posts a new YouTube video, even though you should turn on those notifications so you guys can be notified every time I do post. But anyways, you guys can control what notifications you would like to get. Also, you can personalize the dials to the way that you guys like them, to the colors you guys like them. So I'm just gonna skip all this so we can get to the watch. So it's finishing up. It will say that it needs about 5 minutes, but with my experience, it will probably need less than 5 minutes. Now this watch, you guys can take in the shower and it is swim proof, 5 ATM. That's how it is advertised. So whether I would take it in the water or not, with my experience, I never had an issue taking these watches in the water. I swim with my Apple Watch every single time. Obviously not with a leather band like I have on today, but I have no problem swimming with my Apple Watch personally. So let's just wait while it's finishing up and let me give you guys a closer look. It is a very deep green, the color of this watch. I do believe it is a nice color, even though I would like more of a bright green, but it is pretty well shown in the pictures. I do think it's pretty true to color like the pictures show, which doesn't happen too often. For example, I have just ordered a Garmin Instinct watch, which it looks very teal in the pictures that it's advertised, but in person, while looking at some reviews, it did look a little bit more bluish rather than greenish teal. So sometimes it's not advertised very well in pictures. Apple is really good at doing this. They show you all their watch bands in camera lighting, and then when you open the watch bands, that ends up not being the case. Alright guys, it looks like the setup is now complete. It says that you are all set, so let's see what this watch has to offer. So it looks like the stock watch face that it's coming from, it's a watch face that matches the band pretty well. And now it's gonna take you through a little tutorial that they pretty much force you to take. So it says swipe in each direction, so let's do just that. Tap. Okay, go back. Swipe down. Choose an account. We're not gonna do that right now. So swiping up, you can get all your notifications. Swiping down, you get into a little control center where you can put it in night mode, or you can set up your NFC paying system. So all you can do when you walk into a store, just hold your watch to the card reader and you can pay for whatever you're buying. Swipe right, that brings up your little Google Assistant. Now, one downside about this watch, actually does not have a speaker, however it does have a microphone. So if you want to ask the Google Assistant a question, you can go ahead and do so, but instead of reading it out to you like Siri does, for example, Instead, you are gonna see it in writing, which for me, I don't think it's a bad thing, because sometimes you're in a crowded area and you don't want everybody to hear the personal things that you might ask your watch, right? So if you hold down on the watch face, that's how you change the watch faces. See, now it is a little bit laggy, so you hold down and it lets you swipe through all the watch faces that you are able to get. Now I don't know if it's a little bit laggy because it's the first time setting it up and using it, or it's the device. So, and you see the little customization button underneath, which lets you change the color of the watch faces, and there's plenty of watch faces that you guys can choose from. I do like the ones that show your actual activity, your steps, your heart rate, and yes, this device does come with a heart rate. So for this price that you can get it for right now, for $99, I do believe that it is a great price and a great device to get, especially since it's running the latest Snapdragon Qualcomm, just like all the newer Fossil Gen 5 watches. So it depends on the style that you guys like. For me, for example, I do work in Florida in a factory, so I do want something durable and something sweat-proof, waterproof. So it really depends. I do feel like it is a good watch for working out, but if that's the only reason you're buying this watch for, I do feel like there's a lot of better watches out there on the market for this. Now, I don't know how accurate the actual step tracking is because I did not get to try it out yet. But if you guys want, I can do a more in-depth review after using it for a few days and whatnot, or working out with it, so you guys can really see like how accurate the heart rate sensor is, which I can compare it to the Apple one, which I have found that the Apple sensor is pretty accurate. So I can do some tests and run them side by side and see how accurate the heart rate tracker is. Now it does have stopwatch, timer, translate, weather. You can also download some apps from the Wear OS store. Now there are some limitations though, pairing it with an iPhone, and there are some apps that you're not able to get. And like I said, you cannot actually reply to text messages. But if you guys do want to use it with an iPhone, the good thing is that now you can use a Wear OS watch with an iPhone without any problems. That's why I love switching it up. I was an avid Apple Watch user for years and years, and actually I can make a video for you guys if you want to see all the Apple Watch bands I have acquired, or if you have any questions on that. But yeah guys, please let me know if you have any questions on the watch, if there's anything that I forgot to mention that you guys would like to know. I do feel like where the lagginess of the watch is actually a software issue, which Wear OS could very easily fix. So now we are just waiting on Wear OS to bring their game and make their software better. But I can give you guys some more thoughts after actually using it. I can take it to the ocean and see how it's holding up. And like I told you guys, right now you guys can get this watch at Best Buy or on the Fossil website for only $99. Now it does come in other colors. For the 43mm casing, you can actually buy it in green, red, blue, black, and smoky blue. And for the smaller 41mm, you can buy it in a very nice mint, hot pink, blush, two kinds of blue, two kinds of yellow, and red. So it's really up to your guys' choosing if you like bigger watches, smaller watches. And what are you guys expecting out of this watch? I do believe it's a very, very nice color. So I'm showing you guys an in-depth look at it so you guys can see what you're getting. See that plasticky substance that's on the back, the nice band. But overall, I do think this is a really nice watch for what you are paying. and what you are getting. So please guys, go ahead and subscribe and let me know in the comments down below what other kinds of videos you guys would like to see, what other gadgets you guys want tested. If you guys would like to see a closet watch band collection, which there I can assure you guys that I can show you every single kind of watch band for the Apple Watch there is. If you guys want a review on the Armani watch, on the Instinct watch, on the Puma watch, what do you guys want to see? That's what I want to show you guys. I'm here to help you guys find the right pick for you, for your lifestyle, for what you are looking for, and do all the research for you guys so you guys don't have to. So if you like what you guys see, go ahead and subscribe and comment down below how I can improve the channel for you guys. So what you did like in this review, what you didn't like, and what you guys want to see in the future. Guys, and if I forgot something, please let me know if there's something else that you would like to know about the watch or its capabilities or how well it does. So until next time guys, I'll be back with more videos. Peace.